The human spirit is one ability and courage that no disability can steal away. We all have dreams and aspirations, and how we go about achieving them measures who we are. People strive to be the best they can, and sometimes who we see is not who it seems. Every day measures the strength in us, and that is why what matters the most is how you see yourself and not what people think of you. We see people roaming the street but don't know their courage. We see people smiling but don't see the tears beneath their smiles. No one is born to be conquered. We all face challenges and we are conquerors. And that is why when people ask you who you are, simply tell them that you are born great.
No matter the problems, just throw your burdens away. So jump, shout, sing, you don't need to worry anymore. Your veteran is not in show. Believe it, believe it, just believe it. Believe it, believe it, just believe it. Believe it, believe it, just believe in yourself. Just have a little faith and believe in yourself. You're gonna make it today. Believe in yourself. Just have a little faith and believe in yourself. You're gonna make it your way. Have a little faith in you and believe in yourself. Yeah. Don't let anyone to say that you cannot do it, 'cause yes you can.
My name is Abakon Blessing Chinemiri. I am from Ezela Odim in the Silidin local government area, Imo State. I'm a medical laboratory scientist by profession, and I'm a writer by hobby. I love dancing, and I love talking to teen people, young people, especially in my church. I'm a teen teacher in the Faith Church. I was born to Mr. and Mrs. Chinyere Jeremiah Abakoro. I was born to meet my father, drinks alcohol, staggers, says 1,000 world wars at the same time, and was hated by people, by all. And my mom was a veggie trader. Then she used to sell smoked fish in the market, but she wasn't educated. And here we are. Physical challenge girl was born for them. I started working at the age of 3 years because of my disability, but mom gave up on me that I'm not going to work. But fortunately, one afternoon, she said she just saw me, stood up, and started working. I never had parental upbringing. No one was there to help me know what is good and what is bad, because dad keeps drinking and going his way. Mommy has to make the family eat. She goes to market in the morning and comes back in the night. Several times I wore tall clothes because there was no money to even get any good one. But I knew that I was born great. I knew that it doesn't take God anything to make my parents to be rich, but it pleases Him to put me in such a background so that I can be a source of motivation and encouragement to my generations. When I finished my school, primary school, I moved into secondary school. Mom said couldn't continue paying my school fee because of the hard times, so I had to drop out of school and join her in the market so that I can help her to sell her fish, so we can be able to eat. When I come back from market, I have to join my dad to the bush so we can pick palm kernel. I was doing all these things with my artificial leg.
Miss Chinemere has been a friend. She is that person who sets a particular goal and ensures she gets it. matter what it takes her to get it.
I could remember when my artificial leg spoiled and there was no way to get around that one. I had to meet a shoemaker who made a stick artificial leg for me. And that was when, I experienced pains because the artificial leg broke and I had to use rope to tie my leg to the shoe and to be walking and keep giving me wounds. Times came that anywhere I'm going to at that time as a teenager, I always carry stones, needle, thread in my pockets. When my shoe spoils on the road, I'll stay by the bush side, cuddle it, sew it, and still move on. No one to help, no one to assist. Go to talk to father, go to talk to mother. There was just no one. I just had to move on. I had to find solutions to my problems in life. By the way, the family rejected me. They rejected my family because since my daddy drinks, and he was hated by all, so nobody cares about him and his household. So, but I had to move on.
She's that type of person who always sees herself as somebody who is not deterred by a situation around her, in spite of her physical challenge.
I've never ever allowed my parents to feel that they have a disabled child in their midst because I know they are poor already. I know they have to accept the fact that they gave birth to a physically challenged girl. So that alone should be a trouble and a trauma to them. So I make sure that nothing gives them trauma anymore,
She's a motivator, someone who always motivates you.
So at the age of 17 years, I heard about this Indian community that came to Anambra to give free artificial leg. On my own, I had to find them, I had to locate them, and that was when I got this artificial leg.
So I've known her to be a very courageous person.
One night, when my father came back with a pregnant woman, my belly was already big enough. Here we are, another pregnant person in our midst. Me, daddy, mommy in one bed. So we had no option than to bring another, string bed for her. And the interesting part of it is this woman happened to be a mad woman. And not just only that she was mad, she also was suffering from convulsion. And she has to live because in that hot house. Whenever she gives birth to a baby, she doesn't breastfeed them. My mom would take those children and started nurturing them. Right now I have 3 siblings from her. Unfortunately, in the year 2016, she died. No one to help, no uncle, no aunts, no brother, no sister to assist. So I had to say, go ahead and bury her, even marry her for my dad as a dead person so that I can secure the destiny of those children as my siblings. I told myself that I'm going to be educated in life and stand in gap for the less privileged, for person living with disabilities, and for the despaired around the globe. When my saints were about to write their work, I had to locate a man who owns a school in another community called Amomara. The same incident the same. His name is Honorable Kenneth Wamo. He showed me mercy and he was able to restore away from me his school free of charge. And I happened to be the only student that made her 9 papers in that school. But how to go to university, how to get my job was another issue. But I keep believing God, I keep trusting in my heart that I will surely get through. One day my dad finished drinking because though he speaks 1,000 words at the same time, but each time he drinks and comes back home, I make sure I listen to what he's saying, because in the midst of those 1,000 words, there are few that will be vital to me at that particular time. So while he was speaking, talking, he now mentioned about what man in my village that lives in abroad that came back home, and I knew that this is it. If I can meet this man, show him my way, show him my job, I believe that I'm going to find myself in the university. I wore a short knicker, so my leg was showing, and then he saw me show pity and he hugged me. So I gave him my papers and that was it. he saw me through, and I got admission in University to study medical laboratory science.
Also, the CEO of the Blessing Bronga Chinemerem International Foundation, a foundation that look into the plight of the rage in the society, those who look into the plight of the less privileged in society, the orphans, physically challenged.
Life has never been easy, but you got to move on. I have to move on. I have to make sure that I move on no matter the challenges, no matter the hindrances, the obstacles. I have to put smiles on my face. I have to learn how to smile, how to laugh, never to have a dull moment. If you're around me, you will laugh all through. There's no time to be sad, because that keeps me strong in my heart.
She wants to own her own laboratory outfit. At the same time, she wants to also be an administrator. She loves to be close to teens. And she also wants to establish a place where teens will always come. She will have interaction with them. Believe it, believe it, believe it, believe it.
Believe it, just believe it. Believe it, just believe it. Believe in yourself, just have a little faith and believe in yourself. You're gonna make it today. Believe in yourself, just have a little faith and believe in yourself. You're gonna make it your way. Believe in yourself, just put your hands in the air. No matter the problems, just throw your burdens away. So jump, shout, sing, you don't need to worry anymore. Your veteran is not in show. Believe it,
Believe it.
just believe it.